Motorsports coverage presents Speed World.
And Darrell Waltrip and Dick Johnson has parked his car on the tire barrier. I don't think he wanted to do it that way, but
there's the camera. We talked about a horizon a moment ago. That certainly is a camera's job. And I tell you what, they might have to throw the caution flag because of this.
I'll have to come in. You can have a look.
He's telling the course workers.
Well, he certainly is not going to have traction even if he gets the engine cranked.
Dick Johnson, can you hear me?
It's okay.
Dick Johnson, this is Bob Jenkins at ESPN. Can you hear me? Well, apparently not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Hey?
What happened, Dick?
Well, there's obviously a bit of oil up here, and I fired up in there probably a little bit quick, and it just sort of slipped off the road a little bit, like it's as slippery as a butcher's block up here. There's more gunk on the road than there is on the kitchen table.
Dick, you had a great run. How did your day go prior to this point?
Well, I'm just waiting for these turkeys to lift me off here. All I want to do is get back and have a go.
We like your accent, too. Welcome to Winston Cup.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just want to get to the finish. You know, I've come a long way to have a race, and I'd like to get to the finish.
All right, we'll see what happens. Thanks a lot.
They've thrown the caution flag, Dick Johnson, so there'll be some help there in just a little bit.
Well, it's been an interesting afternoon of racing here at Sears Point. There is Dick Johnson. His car has gotten off of the tire wall and now is back on the race course. He is the reason for this full course yellow that we are under at the moment. The car ran off the course as he got in some oil. Here it is, and here's how it sounded. Well, he was a little upset with himself or the car or the track or something.
Ken, if you have a good close look at the left front corner of Dale Earnhardt's car, you'll find out everybody here is a fan of his. He has hit a seagull in a critical part of that car, right in the inlet for the oil cooler. Richard Childress wants to know what it looks like from your point of view.
Anybody see feathers?
It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's there on the left front of the car, that maybe there is something hanging on there.
We may be able to see what happened to Earnhardt out here.
Yeah, you can see right there. The bird flew right into the left corner of his Chevrolet.
And with Mark Marlin, who will be starting in the 13th position.
We're back live at the Charlotte 600, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now, around the country right now, we're having some video problems. Ken Squire's been telling you about it. Basically, what happens with the signal here, it goes from here up 22,000 miles to a geostationary satellite, and it is received in Atlanta. Then they get it and send it back up to a satellite, and your local cable channel gets it. But there's a problem in Atlanta with a power outage. The satellite dish that puts it up in the air is all messed up. There's a doohickey and a thingamabob that went wacko, and I think it's part of this hot dog wrapper here that blew off the racetrack and probably screwed up the 62 millicycle signal that helps put this race on the air. But it should be taken care of in the next 20 or 30 minutes. We hear even Ted Turner himself is down at the station working on it. Back to Ken.
Huffman hit Dave Stacy coming off turn 2. David Hutto and George Crenshaw were also involved. The recent heavy rains made the grass a skating rink, and Stacy's car slid all the way to the dirt embankment, flipped over it, and amazingly landed on its wheels in Lake Lloyd. Rescue workers waited for the 29-year-old Enon, Ohio driver to clear the cobwebs before he got out.
Dave Despain is with the man making the call on Earnhardt's call.
First and second place cars, we have a second car in the wall. There's Stan Smith that is down on the bottom of the racetrack.
You know, there's just too many people coming off of 4, and they just started banging each other.
IndyCar racing is close racing. How's it compare to this?
Punch is with Darrell Waltrip, who brought out our second caution of the day.
Well, Darrell Waltrip has climbed out of what's left of the Western Auto Chevrolet, and DW, you had a pretty good run going. What happened up there?
You know, I'd like to tell you what really happened up there, but I'm trying not to. But there was a little turd driving number 15 that run over me. What happened?
Can you get it fixed, DW?
No. They knocked us out. You know, I moved out of the way for everybody. I moved up for him. I guess it wasn't enough.
Obviously upset. Darrell Waltrip hoping to get a good run here at Darlington.
Let's go to Ned Jarrett with Derek Bell.
Derek, can you tell us what happened?
Well, I thought I was in there with professional drivers, but they're like bloody animals out there. I mean, I was just two guys behind me coming around there, and suddenly somebody hit me up the back. Then another one hit me. I don't know, these two guys in here, I think it's Carson, whoever else is Bonnet. I mean, he's just so stupid. It's unnecessary on the first lap to have an accident. I mean, they need their brains testing.
Well, you can see that Derek is very upset about it. Of course, you know, just a very first...
I hit the wall at 175 miles an hour head on, you know. And then I hit the wall at the bottom, then spun around again and ended up down here. I came 500 yards. Just lunacy. I mean, they're stupid. Need a bloody brain thing.
Well, Derek, we're sorry to see you have that problem, but we are happy that you're okay.
Thank you. So am I, yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, Ken, that's the story for Derek Bell, and obviously he's very upset about the situation.
Trying to get around that Redwood Eye number 11 with
What is that thing? What is that thing on the bottom? Look at that. That's the 40 of Sterling Marlin. It looks like about a half a car from the front view. Look at this, the door of this thing.
Yeah, Ball Stadium, Belmar, New Jersey. You know what he's saying? I'm catching Rusty. We're looking like I'm catching him.
Oh, wow.
Come off the corner and come down this long straightaway. The yellow flag is out. Yellow is out. Must be something on the racetrack. We don't see any car in trouble. Jerry, any indication as to what might the yellow be for?
Well, we're down in the Ricky Rudd pits, and apparently Ricky Rudd and Ken Schrader, both of the Hendrick cars, have reported seeing a turkey in turn one. Now, they thought they were joking, but in fact, Kenny Schrader thought his crew was calling him a turkey, but that's not the case. There is some sort of fowl, a chicken, a turkey, or something that is indigenous to this part of the area that has climbed the fence and has been strolling around the inside of turn one. So apparently they'll put the yellow flag out, which the crews will welcome to get a chance to come in and make their first pit stop and sort of gauge their fuel consumption and tire wear with these brand new radial tires.
Well, Jerry, I misinterpreted. I heard you say there was a turkey in turn one, but I thought you were talking about our producer, so I let it go. But I understand now what we're talking about.
Well, we've seen deer on this racetrack. We've seen rabbit. We've seen all kind of things. And here they are chasing a fowl, I guess.
We had a heck of an experience with a rabbit here a few years ago. You remember that, Ned?
Oh, yeah, the front straightaway.
There
the
it
fans
is.
got to see it. Well, by golly, they were right.
I don't know whether that's a turkey or not, but it's some kind of bird. But anyway, he appears to be in good shape. They'll release the thing. Moments ago, this is what occurred down in turn number one as the safety crew dashed off their truck and began to confront.
And they were not even playing the music, Bob, and doing all that dancing around, trying to catch that foul, whatever it is.
There it is.
Not a foul ball after either, although they were next to the fence.
It doesn't look like a turkey. It looks like some kind of, I don't know, pigeon or something.
And you were running so well, Mark.
I was what?
You were running so well.
Oh, yeah, the Folgers Thunderbird was working good. We were...
They continue to work on the car, and we'll be back with more.
Yeah, I think Ricky Rudd has just got headed out. Mark Martin's on his roof, and here goes the tire down the racetrack.
Mark Martin's car has overturned.
There's Mark Martin. Hey, get away from the racetrack, boy. Well, yeah, but he'd like to turn that thing back over. He said, I bet it'll run if I can get it turned back over and get it back to the fence, and it might just do it. It doesn't have a tire. I guess that's Mark Martin's tire because there isn't a tire on the other side of the automobile. Well, maybe he left the pits a little too early. Oh, man, no.
We just saw him leaving the pits a couple of seconds ago, but he has overturned the car in corner number one under caution. Mark is walking off, crossing the racetrack. He obviously is okay, but what a scary moment it must have been for Mark Martin. We have a replay of what happened.
Mark Martin, the wheel comes off. He gets off the course and gets up on the bank, gets those tires Ned was talking about, and it just upsets the car and flips it right over on its roof.
Come on, Mark, you okay?
I'm fine.
What happened?
Flip.
Here's a late sports development. It is being reported from Associated Press that Buster Douglas's manager has now struck a deal for a fight with Evander Holyfield heavyweight championship in September.
I got to ask you what your brother asked at the end of the race here. Where were you going? He thought maybe you were just so happy you won or did so well somewhere outside of Daytona that you were just losing your mind.
Man, when you're a redneck and that grass is inviting. I mean, I wanted to slide through it so bad, and I didn't win. I thought, what the heck? I'll just slide through it anyway. I would like to say, God bless our president. I hope the whole country's behind him and supporting him, praying for him. And, you know, we're united as a country and stand behind the president. I've wanted to say that for a week now. Thank you for the opportunity.
The man himself, Darrell Waltrip, is here. You've been having a great ride. We've been watching you.
Well, here's the deal. When I got up this morning, they put Tabasco all over my eggs, and man, this red flag couldn't have come at a better time. I got to go to the bathroom. And I was going like crazy, and they don't know how lucky. This is lucky right here, boys, I'm telling you.
Darrell, you were saying the other day that you want to do something big and win from last place.
In a Pontiac. See, I've won in a Buick, Oldsmobile, and Chevrolet. I've never won in a Pontiac. I don't know if anybody's done there or not, but I'd like to be one. If I have, I want to be the other one to do it, because that'd be big. But we're running good, and they're doing a good job in the pits, and we had a good car yesterday in hot laps at the end of the day. And, man, I don't know. I don't want to get too excited. I just want to get this thing down to the end. And if it stayed up under green all day, I think I'd be really, really good. I'm a little apprehensive on the restarts. The car's a little loose in traffic, but once I get out by myself and get up in that high line, if the rest of them don't discover that, I'll be okay. Don't tell anybody, y'all. Don't say anything about it on the TV or anything. Just keep to yourself. Baker, or you'll have to go tell all your friends. Go tell Earnhardt.
Hey, you've done what you'll do. Tell him he's done a pretty good job himself.
Hey. Buddy said you're doing a pretty good job yourself.
Isn't that just like Baker? I'm doing a pretty good job. If it's anybody else, he'd be up there jumping. He would jump out of that little box up there. But I'm just doing a pretty good job.
Mark just blew up.
Boy, did he blow. Look at the flame coming from the back of the number 6 car, and this is the view from inside. This is what Mark sees or can't see. He can't see it. He's got the car stopped, though, at the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 2. Boy, just a huge explosion from that number 6 car. And there is Mark Martin climbing out. We're glad to see that. He's okay.
Number 1, Terry Labonte has just slipped under number 11, and Terry Labonte went sideways.
Boy, he really did get sideways.
Oh. Hold on.
He did a good job of bringing it back in.
To Terry Labonte. This is Bodine's pictures of car number 1.
Labonte, as he started off at turn 4, the back end broke loose, but he did a great job of saving that car.
Have you dreamed